Today we're diving into a paper that explores the limitations of large language models, LLMs, in mathematical reasoning. The paper, Exploring the Compositional Deficiency of Large Language Models in Mathematical Reasoning Through Trap Problems, investigates how LLMs handle problems with logical traps. What's the main takeaway from this research?
The paper highlights a significant gap between human and LLM performance when it comes to solving mathematical problems that contain logical traps. While LLMs demonstrate proficiency in solving standard math problems and possess the knowledge to identify traps, they struggle to combine these two knowledge domains to solve trap problems.
That's interesting. Can you elaborate on how the researchers designed these trap problems?
The researchers created a new dataset called MathTrap by introducing carefully designed logical traps into existing math word problems from the MATH and GSM8k datasets. These traps are subtle modifications to the original problem descriptions, requiring the model to combine its general mathematical knowledge with knowledge about the trap to arrive at the correct answer.
So the LLMs are essentially tricked by these traps?
Not exactly. The LLMs aren't being tricked in the sense of being fooled by something they shouldn't be. They have the knowledge to identify the traps, but they fail to apply that knowledge in a systematic way to solve the problem. It's like they have the pieces of a puzzle but can't put them together.
That's a fascinating analogy. Can you give an example of a trap problem?
Sure. Imagine a problem that asks for the integer solution of the equation x equals 3. The trap lies in the word integer. The model needs to recognize that the equation has solutions, but those solutions are not integers. The model needs to combine its knowledge of solving quadratic equations with its knowledge of integers to arrive at the correct answer, which is that there are no integer solutions.
So the LLMs are failing to generalize their knowledge to these new scenarios. What are the potential reasons for this?
The paper suggests that LLMs might be relying on learned reasoning paths during training, which are not flexible enough to handle these novel trap problems. They might be missing the ability to systematically compose different knowledge domains to solve problems that require a combination of skills.
That makes sense. So what are the implications of this finding?
This research highlights the limitations of current LLMs in tackling complex reasoning tasks that require flexible knowledge application. It suggests that LLMs might not be as capable of generalizing their knowledge as humans, especially when faced with unseen problems.
The paper explores some methods to mitigate this deficiency. Can you summarize those?
The researchers investigated 3 methods: natural language prompts, few-shot demonstrations, and fine-tuning. Natural language prompts, like informing the model that the problem might be unsolvable, showed some improvement. Few-shot demonstrations, where the model is given examples of how to solve trap problems, proved more effective. Fine-tuning the model on a data set of trap problems also yielded positive results.
So these interventions can help LLMs overcome their compositional limitations?
To some extent, yes. These interventions can improve performance on trap problems, but they don't fully address the underlying issue of systematic compositionality. The paper emphasizes that this remains an open challenge for LLM research.
It seems like the paper is suggesting that LLMs are still lacking in some fundamental aspects of reasoning. What are the potential future directions for research in this area?
The paper calls for further research into developing LLMs that can more effectively combine different knowledge domains to solve complex problems. This could involve exploring new architectures, training methods, or even incorporating more human-like reasoning mechanisms into the models.
The paper also mentions the difficulty of automatically generating high-quality trap problems. Why is this a challenge?
Creating trap problems requires a deep understanding of the underlying mathematical concepts and the ability to design subtle modifications to the problem descriptions that introduce logical inconsistencies. This is a complex task that currently requires human expertise.
So automating this process would be a significant step forward in evaluating LLM reasoning abilities. Are there any promising approaches to this challenge?
Researchers are exploring various approaches, including using LLMs themselves to generate trap problems. However, this requires careful evaluation and validation to ensure the generated problems are truly challenging and representative of real-world reasoning tasks.
To wrap up, can you summarize the key contributions of this paper?
The paper introduces a novel dataset, MathTrap, for evaluating LLM compositional abilities in mathematical reasoning. It demonstrates the significant gap between human and LLM performance on trap problems and explores methods to mitigate this deficiency. The paper highlights the importance of systematic compositionality for LLMs and calls for further research in this area.
Thank you for this insightful discussion on the compositional limitations of LLMs in mathematical reasoning. This research provides valuable insights into the challenges and opportunities in developing more robust and generalizable AI systems.